It means like some kind of love.
Okay. Why would that be important to animals?
Because for animals they really want to be able to be.
They might want to procreate. They might want to make babies, right? That's
Mhm.
normal for animals. Okay. What about survival behavior? Can you give me an example of survival behavior?
Okay. Survival behavior is so okay. Survival behavior. Okay, I got this. Can I be able to search it up?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So it's gonna be enhanced learning.
It's survival behavior. Like imagine you're out in the wild on your own.
Okay.
Like what's something you would do to survive in the wilderness?
Hmm. What you need to survive in the wilderness is by setting a camp.
Okay, so but think about animals. What would a wild animal do to survive?
They will make a shelter.
That's good. So an example would be a shelter. I like that. How about they might make noise, right? Like they might howl or something like that. Okay. The next one, chickadees. These are chickadees.
Okay.
Chickadees. Okay, it's an awkward word. Um, okay. All right, so let me snip in the next section here for us to read.
Mhm. Neuroscientists study language in the brain. In recent years, imagining technology developed for medical purposes have been used by neuroscientists to learn more about the tech language center of the brain. Two kinds of scans: fMRI, functional magnetic resonance imaging, and NIRS, near infrared spectroscopy, show the increased body blood flow in areas of brain activity. This allows researchers to observe what part of the brain is used as a person speaks, listens, reads, experiences emotions, or solves problems. By studying scans, neuroscientists have learned that when deaf people communicate by sign language, they use the same part of the brain. Hearing, people use to communicate with spoken language.
Okay, good, really good. Let's talk about, well, that's okay. There actually wasn't anything here that was kind of awkward. And you know a little bit about science, and you said you liked it, so it's probably
Yeah,
pretty straightforward. Okay,
yeah, I
good.
love science.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Another discovery made possible by these non-invasive ways of looking inside the skull is that people who grow up speaking two languages have more gray matter in their brains than do people who are not bilingual. Research has shown that more gray matter present, the greater the person's mental ability. This is especially true in the areas of the language use, ease of remembering and paying attention. The increase in gray matter is greatest if a person learns a second language before age 5. Learning another language at a later age still results in some increase, however.
Okay, good. All right. What does the word non-invasive mean? Non-invasive.
Okay. It's not requiring the introduction of instruments into the body.
Right. So no, basically it's like it's you're not peering into the body. Good.
Hmm.
Good. All right. So that's good. Really good. Let's keep reading. Doing great. Right. A little bit longer section for us to read.
Hmm. Besides showing that learning a second language causes physical changes in the brain by increasing dark gray matter, FR, fMRI and NIRS scans have allowed neuroscientists to see what difference this might make in a person's life. After studying the scans of both political and monological people of various ages as they perform a number of mental tasks, researchers came to these conclusions about the two groups. Why is there three groups?
They're just
Can you retype it at three groups?
no, what the first two are the group. Or they're just giving you bullet points about the peer group. They're not saying that there's a
Mm-hmm. Okay. Subjects of the study who were bilingual used for more parts of the brain for language tasks than monolingual subjects did. Bilingual subjects had greater success than monolingual subjects in tasks that weren't language related. Elderly bilingual subjects had better brain function than elderly Molecules did. You can see why one researcher compared the improvement in mental skill from using the brain for language to increase in muscle strength that results from exercise.
All right, very good. All right, so any words here that you didn't understand?
Okay.
I'm looking again. I didn't see anything here that was odd or out of the question.
Okay.
All right, let me snip in another thing here. All right, so go ahead and let me snip in a bit more here. It's just it's on 2 pages, so I gotta do a couple of snips here to get this down. All right, whenever you're ready, if you want to start reading from the top.
Okay, linguists study the science of language. While neuroscientists are interested in language only in relation to the brain, linguists are interested in language itself, especially in how language develops. Linguists agree the human brain is hardwired for language, but the language learned depends on what a young child hears spoken. Grammar is also hardwired in the human brain. Linguists had noticed similarities in the structure of all languages, but they had no solid evidence to back up the theory that grammar was innate.
All right, great. Anything there you don't understand?
I'm still reading. Then researchers from the University of Rochester studied 3 boys in Nicotica who had been deaf from birth. None of the boys knew an official language, sign language, but each of them had developed his own unique gestural language. Researchers divided an experiment in which each boy viewed a series of 66 brief videos that showed a person performing a single action. The boy would then use his gestural language to describe what he's seen every time the sequencing or order of gestures showed the same grammatical structure that is present in spoken languages. This proved to be linguistic that a grammatical structure was indeed hardwired because these boys had never had any exposure to language. Okay.
All right, good. Any questions on any of those words in there? There's one. I don't know. I guess it's sometimes they're like it says here like gestural language. I mean, that's not super important to learning this. The rest of these are how about the word hardwired? Maybe that's one we can look at.
Okay. Make a permanent feature in the computer by means to permanently connect the circuit so that it cannot be altered by software. That's what it means. That's what it means.
Okay, very good. All right, we're almost through the passage here, and then we'll take a short break. So we'll get through this, and then we'll just take a little break.
Okay. The scans that showed activity in the same part of the brain for sign language, and species support of the linguistic theory that spoken language developed from early humans' use of gestures. However, there are still unanswered questions about the origin of language. Among these is why it developed. One possibility is that as men began to hunt in groups, they need to communicate their plans. Another possibility is that language began as communication between a mother and child, but since there is no way to test either of these hypotheses, linguists will never know which one, if either, is correct. Another question that may never been answered is how language and the brain developed together in early humans. There is no doubt that, however, that language and brain development are closely linked in humankind today. Okay.
All right, good job. Let's take a short break. We'll take like 5 minutes.
Okay.
All right, Sourish, let me know when you're back.
Okay, I'm back. I'm back. So,
All right, so you ready to look at some questions from this?
yeah,
Okay, you can hear me okay?
I can hear you okay. Should I read?
Nope, I'm gonna just put a question in here. All right, so here we go. Here's a question for us to look at. You read the question for us?
Yeah, I know. What is the primary reason why animals and humans have different linguistic abilities? Okay.
What do you think here?
I'm thinking. It's the throat structure. Throat structure.
Okay, why is that?
Because their throat is very different because they're having different voices.
Okay, good. Let's look at another question here. So, let me see here. Let me get this question in front of you. We talked about, and we kind of read through this, but you probably already know the answer without looking it up.
Yep. What is gray matter?
Yeah, what is gray matter?
Well, okay. Let me think. Communication matter.
Right. Take a look. Um, take a look at this one. I think it helps that you kind of know the subject. I think that really helps you here. Could take a look at this, please.
Okay. Okay, what is the attended meaning of the phrase the human brain is hardwired for language?
Do you have an answer?
Yeah, I'm getting the answer. I'm just thinking.
Okay.
It's B, I would say.
Hardwire for language. So it's definitely that we have this kind of within us. Um, so hardwired means we already know it, and you're right. It is that we have that gestures that show language. Good. All right. Okay. Any other thoughts or questions on this reading that we did today?
Um, maybe no.
Okay. All right, let me see if there's anything else we can look at for today. That actually was, I thought that would take um longer. Um, So any thoughts from class? Anything going on in class that you would like us to talk about or think about?
Technically no, because I already told you what I was doing in class at the
Got it.
beginning.
Got it. So I think we can look at this.
Okay, a poem.
Yes.
Yeah, we're looking at a poem.
All right. So this is called Morning Dawns. Do you want to try?
Yeah. Should I read?
Yep.
Morning dawns, breaking darkened shades, draped heavy in the night. The watercolor sky and the kaleidoscope of hues brushed across the horizon's cups. A proclamation that today will rise anew. The glow of all things possible reflects on passing clouds, illuminating the grandeur in all that is around. With a nudge, a prod, crisp early breezes floating over dew-laced grass.
All right. Very good. Okay. Why don't we just stop here for today? I think we did a good job actually overall, so we can stop the recording.